Many Magic the Gathering players ask the question, is it worth it to buy Innistrad Remastered? Innistrad Remastered is the latest in a line of remastered reprint sets that began with the work of art that was Time Spiral Remastered and continued with the much more underwhelming Dominaria and Ravnica Remastered sets. Innistrad Remastered pulls from more than half a dozen sets ranging from original Innistrad block to the Shadows over Innistrad 2-set block to the Werewolf and Vampire Wedding 2-set pseudo-blocks of Midnight Hunt and Crimson Vow, which were released in 2021. This remastered set also includes a few cards that weren't originally printed in an Innistrad set, but did receive an alternate art depicting Innistrad, such as Through the Breach, or that never had anything to do with Innistrad, but I guess the vibe of the card fit the vibe of Innistrad? Like Hermit Druid, because scary? I don't know, it's a really good reprint though. But does this prized amalgamation of a bunch of different sets and one-off Innistradian appearances live up to the reputation of many Magic the Gathering players' favorite plane? Is the set worth your money, and how fun is it to play with? Because yes, the set is intended to actually be played with, so what's that like? Well, all those questions and more are what's in store, so let's take a look. Oh wait, one more thing. Do you like Magic the Gathering art? Then check this out. Boom! Whoa, what's this? It's Displate, metal posters that you can hang on your wall without damaging the walls at all. No holes, no power tools, no angry landlords, and what's more, there's choices and sizes galore. It's not just magic art, but you know me, I love magic art like Jace, or other awesome magic art like Spider-Man. Famed Magic the Gathering character Spider-Man, or other cool magic art like, who else we got? Whoa, that looks like magic art. It's Legend of League of, it's League of Legend. Is that magic? Did we do League of Legend crossover? Displate's got you covered. Displate has, I kid you not, over 2 million different artworks available in their catalog, from the likes of Star Wars to The Witcher. Each Displate comes with its own magnet kit, so everything you need comes in the box, and mounting takes literally just seconds. They're super easy to swap out with each other, too. You can even get a new batch of posters delivered to you within just a few business days. And now Displate is offering a brand new product called Textra, a premium finish for a wide array of pop culture prints. So adorn your walls with art that reflects you and your interests, like my love of Magic the Gathering. What's this? New secret layer alert? Funniest thing I ever saw. Click the link in the description or use my code Tolarian at checkout to get 22% off 1 to 2 Displates or 27% off 3 or more Displates. Thank you, Displate, for sponsoring this video. Part 1. Cost and Contents. Let's start with the price. What does a booster pack of Innistrad Remastered actually cost? Fortunately, with the return of MSRP, we know what packs of Innistrad Remastered cost. The MSRP for Play Boosters is $6.99 each, while the MSRP for Collector Boosters is $29.99 each. There is no MSRP for a Play Booster box, but looking at market prices via online sellers, we can see that when you buy in bulk, you're paying a little over $4.50 for a Play Booster pack, which is actually a pretty significant discount. Such a buy in bulk discount does not really exist for collector booster packs, however, but I'm very happy to see it does for the Play Boosters. So what exactly are you getting for your money? Let's take a look inside of a Play Booster pack. A Play Booster pack of Innistrad Remastered contains 14 Magic the Gathering cards. 5 of those cards are single-faced commons, 1 is a double-faced common, 3 cards are uncommons, 1 is a wild card of any rarity, 1 is a rare or mythic rare, 1 is a non-foil retro frame card of any rarity, 1 is a traditional foil card of any rarity, and 1 is a basic land. The pack will also include either a token or art card. This actually means that there is a chance to open as many as 4 rare or mythic cards within your booster pack of Innistrad Remastered, but statistically that is highly unlikely. So the Collecting Innistrad Remastered article on the Wizard's Mothership contains a lot of probabilities of opening fancy versions of a few of these slots, but these probabilities are in the 0.1 to 3% range, so I don't think it's worth factoring them into your evaluation of a pack's contents or its worth. If you get lucky, you get lucky, but I would not consider them as part of your evaluation. Suffice it to say this, there are a ton of alternate frames and treatments in Innistrad Remastered. Some might say there are too many alternate arts, but that is both subjective and the topic of another video. Nonetheless, it is very confusing what can and cannot be opened in a play booster, but fortunately, Wizards of the Coast also released a slideshow graphic that describes what you can find in a play booster pack versus a collector booster pack. Borderless treatments, showcase frame treatments, and showcase Equinox frames all appear in both play boosters and collector boosters. Retro frame cards appear in play boosters in non-foil only, while collector boosters can contain either traditional foil or non-foil retro frame cards. Collector boosters are the only place where you can find the movie poster treatments, as well as the serialized Edgar Markov. Got all that? No? Too bad, because we're moving on. So now you know what is in a play booster pack of Innistrad Remastered. Kind of. You get the gist at least, but how likely are you to open a card in a pack that's worth what you paid for the pack? Let's talk financial value. Part 2, Financial Value. When discussing financial value, keep in mind that the prices we show you are from about 24 hours before release. Basically, we pull the prices Thursday, the set comes out Friday. Now, with a typical set, when there's new card designs, this means that you can see wild fluctuations, but since Innistrad Remastered is all reprints, I don't know that the fluctuations will be quite so wild this time. But that doesn't mean that the prices on some of these cards won't drop considerably. After all, in the case of cards that have never before been reprinted or have only seen one reprint, getting a new reprint here means that we might see a huge drop. All that being said, as of the time of recording, 18 of the 97 rares and mythics in Innistrad Remastered are worth at least a play booster pack's MSRP of $6.99. 4 cards, Gazella, Meathook Massacre, Emrakul, and Edgar Markov, are worth more than $20 each, while an additional 9 cards are worth more than $10. All of these cards worth over $10 have serious demand in one or more formats, usually Commander. If we go by bulk booster box pricing, then an additional 14 cards will net you the per pack price. That means that, as of the time of recording, a grand total of 31 out of 97 rares or mythics, almost a third of them, wow, that's great, will net you at least $4.77. But Professor, I can already hear you typing, 18 plus 14 equals 32. Guess what? You're right. Laboratory Maniac, one of the 32 cards worth more than the price of a pack, is actually an uncommon here, making it an exceptionally nice pull in a pack of Innistrad Remastered since it doesn't cost you the price of a rare. There are currently 6 uncommons worth at least $1 out of the 104 uncommons of Innistrad Remastered. These prices will surely drop to some degree within a week or two of release, but I expect Laboratory Maniac, Howl Pack Resurgence, and Blood Artist to likely remain above $1. So that's a pretty decent chance of opening a bit of money in your Innistrad Remastered pack, but wait just a moment because you're also guaranteed a retro frame card in every pack. How many of those would earn you the price of a pack on their own? 26 out of the 152 retro frame cards cost more than the Play Booster MSRP of $6.99, while an additional 6 cost at least the bulk per pack pricing if you buy a booster box. 5 of these retro frame cards are only available in retro frame: Avacyn, Angel of Hope, Craterhoof Behemoth, Liliana of the Veil, Snapcaster Mage, and Balefire Dragon. So despite the fact that many of these card prices are bound to fluctuate and decrease, there is undeniably some significant value to be found in Innistrad Remastered Play Boosters, especially if you're fortunate enough to open up one of those $20 and up cards. But there's more to Innistrad Remastered than just financial value. How well of a constructed set is this? Is it fun to draft with? How successful was the design team of Innistrad Remastered at taking 7 distinct Innistrad sets and combining them into a single draftable set of 295 cards? Let's talk gameplay. In looking at the set's overall design, let's begin by talking about both the cards included and excluded, and then move on to how it feels to draft this set. Virtually every pricey card ever printed in an Innistrad set got a reprint in Innistrad Remastered, although there is one very notable exception: Cavern of Souls. Cavern of Souls was infamously first printed in Avacyn Restored as a response to the ubiquity of Mana Leak of all things in Standard, and its printing changed Magic the Gathering forever, as it marked a shift away from a powerful interaction and toward powerful, hard-to-interact-with threats. Cavern received reprints in several Masters sets over the years since its first printing, from Modern Masters 17 to Ultimate Masters to Double Masters 2022. It got its first standard legal reprint in Lost Caverns of Ixalan, which immediately became the most accessible printing of the salt-inducing, overpriced land in over a decade. Still, despite that relatively recent reprint, it's a shame to see Cavern missing from Innistrad Remastered. Cavern of Souls is an integral part of Innistrad's history, as along with Original Avacyn, Griselbrand, and Craterhoof Behemoth, it is one of the most iconic cards in Avacyn Restored. Speaking of Original Avacyn and Craterhoof Behemoth, I would be remiss if I didn't comment on the fact that these two cards, along with Snapcaster Mage, Liliana of the Veil, and Balefire Dragon, are only available in Retro Frame in Innistrad Remastered. Honestly, I think it's a shame. I get it, they're supposed to be special, but the first ever retro frame versions of these 5 cards already would have been special even if you could open them in the normal frame in this set. These are all great, iconic cards, so why make a decision that will artificially maintain a high price not only for the retro frame printing, but for all printings of these cards? Unfortunately, I think the answer to that question is because Wizards of the Coast wants to maintain an artificial high price for these cards. It's a bummer, but that's capitalism for you. Cavern's omission aside, though, I am impressed by the inclusions of Innistrad Remastered. The other 2 pricey cards that are missing from the set, Parallel Lives and Exquisite Blood, are much more understandable cards to have left out of the card file on this set, since they don't have quite the same significance to Innistrad's set history. But even omitting all 3 of those cards, there really is a lot of value to be found in Innistrad Remastered. But never mind value, we're done talking value, we're talking gameplay here. And when it comes to gameplay, I will admit I had some serious misgivings about combining a bunch of different Innistrad sets into one supposedly draftable environment. I didn't think you could do it in a way that honored what each standalone set or block brought to the table. But honestly, being completely honest here, I was wrong. Innistrad Remastered is a lot more successful as a draft environment than I thought possible. The mechanics of the various Innistrad sets fit together a lot more smoothly than I expected them to. It makes sense, though, if you think about it. Though each set was different with mostly different mechanics, all the sets took place on the same plane with the same very distinct Gothic horror theme. Because set designers are explicitly trying to tell you the story of a plane through their designs, it would stand to reason that even designs that are different from one another still feel appropriate when played alongside one another. For example, every iteration of Innistrad has graveyard-centric themes. They all have the same typal synergies among humans and the 4 non-human monster types: werewolves, vampires, zombies, and spirits. They all have themes of death and murder and sacrifice. Oh no, I just got demonetized. Even the Eldrazi, which are among the more thematically distinct inclusions, specific to just one particular Innistrad set, managed to fit the vibe of the set both mechanically and flavor-wise. As a result, the experience of drafting Innistrad Remastered does feel remarkably like drafting any given Innistrad set. If you would like to see our complete and detailed guide to draft and sealed for Innistrad Remastered, please check out that video here. It'll tell you everything you need to know to succeed at an Innistrad Remastered draft or launch event. But is drafting Innistrad Remastered as good as drafting original Innistrad? I will never say yes to that question, since the original Innistrad was one of my all-time favorite sets, nor will I claim the set is quite as successful as Time Spiral Remastered, one of the best Magic sets released not just this decade, but ever. But relative to Ravnica and Dominaria Remastered, I honestly think Innistrad Remastered is at least on par, and perhaps even better than both of its predecessors. This set is incredibly fun to draft. What else can I say? Oh, I know what else I can say. There's no black and white grayscale treatment of cards, and, get this, there's no day-night. These 2 decisions alone are worth an A grade, but let's look at the set overall. Final conclusion, Innistrad Remastered does a very impressive job of combining a decade of Innistrad sets into a single, cohesive, draftable environment. The design team chose nearly a perfect selection of reprints, with one big miss in the omission of Cavern of Souls. As of right now, there is quite a lot of value in the rare and retro frame slots of Play Booster packs, and even a few uncommons creeping into the $1 to $5 range. If you want a specific card from Innistrad Remastered, I'll recommend what I always recommend, buy singles. But if you're interested in experiencing a great draft environment, you absolutely should pick up a box to play with friends, or just participate in a draft at your local game store. I honestly came into Innistrad Remastered thinking the set would be lackluster, but that draft environment went a long way towards me giving this set a grade of A-. Not to mention the fact that there really is some great value here, and thus at the end of the day, I can say with confidence that yes, it is worth it to buy Innistrad Remastered. I hope very much this video has been of some help to you. Remember, we have a complete guide to Innistrad Remastered Limited, which you can watch right now. So if you want to know everything you need to know to win at your next Innistrad Remastered draft or sealed event, give that video a watch. There's like an eye you click right here, or it's linked in the video description. You got to hit show more. You hit show more and it shows all our links, but that'll be like one of the top links. And remember, if you're looking for a distinct and unique way to decorate your walls with art that reflects you, check out Displate, metal posters that hang by magnets. Whoa, just check out this Magic the Gathering character that you could hang on your wall. But of course, Displate has so much more for you to choose from. Click the link in the description or use my code Tolarian at checkout to get 22% off 1 to 2 Displates or 27% off 3 or more Displates. So follow those links in this video's description, and thank you, Displate, for sponsoring this video.
Next time on Shuffle Up and Play.
What's up? It's Shuffle Up and Play, and today, a flashback pre-release in honor of Spice 8 Rack. We are doing pre-release of...
Yo! Lorwyn! Let's go!
Let's go!
Oh, I'm forcing goblins. Oh, hell yeah! It will be so funny if I hate this format after this show.
I actually pulled a Lily and I was like, what are these planeswalkers? I don't like this.
Hey, I didn't pass yet.
Oh, sorry.
Passed you.
Would you stop freaking Spencer out?
All I need to do is to be really good at the game and incredibly lucky.
I'm putting on my shoes. I'm putting on my jacket. I got a funky plan.
I want numbers going by me.
Yeah.
Symbols.